Hey, 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 everybody. Happy, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Welcome to another DIY University by Sally Beauty. My name is Gregory Patterson. I am a celebrity stylist. I'll be your host today and your tour guide and hair craftopian. Okay. I want to welcome you all. Thank you so much for joining. This is going to be all about winter hair care, how to care for your hair, how to care for your scalp, how to care for those little things that have been bugging you year after year after year. Y'all, I'm here to help solve the problem for you. And speaking of solving the problem, you might be thinking like, okay, what is with the beanie and the sewing needle and the thread and the latch hook? What's going on here? Well, I need you to stick around because since this is all about DIY, I am going to show you one of my all-time favorite save your hairline hair hacks that will help to eliminate static frizz and flyaways this winter season. And it's kind of a game changer, and it's very simple to do, and it's very budget friendly. So a little hair hack is going to be happening, but it's going to happen at the end, and I want you to stay around. So if you're new here at DIY University by Sally Beauty, thank you for joining us for the first time. If you're back, it's good to see you again. Okay, so let's get into this thing, because if there is one thing that I always get asked, I'm just going to get her out of the way. If there is one thing that I always get asked, whether it's in press or from some of my clients, it's all about like that transitional hair, that transitional season. We're going through it right now with our wardrobing. We're going through it with our makeup colors. And you might even be experiencing some like dryness in your skin. So you might be pulling out some of the heavier creams, some of the heavier lotions and potions. And I really want you to pay attention to today's class. If you have always had scalp struggles, if you've had dryness, flakiness, itching during the winter time, if you are static prone, today is the day for you. Okay. So when I approach winter hair care and kind of that seasonal transition, I revert back to skincare. So when I'm in the summertime, I do not like the feeling of all those, lotions and potions to keep me looking snatched and young, snatched and young. But during the wintertime, our skin needs a little bit something different, right? So we switch to those heavier oils. We switch to those heavier creams. We put away the water gels. We put away the lightweight serums, and we start to build a heavier skincare routine because we are just needing moisture. Well, hair is very similar to your skin, and I want you to recognize that, okay? So when I talk today about all of the hair care and things that you can do, I want to put this out there first. Hair care and scalp care is very similar to skin care. So you may have to consider putting away your summer products and bringing in your new fall wardrobe, okay? Your new winter wardrobe for hair. The products that I'm using may not be products that you, for your hair type and texture, may have naturally gravitated towards. Okay, so you might see something that you've never shopped the shelf before, and that's what I want. I want to introduce you to hair care and scalp care that crosses all hair types and textures, that crosses all skin tones, that crosses all types of concerns for winter hair. Because when it comes down to it, hair is protein, and it is keratin, and it is moisture, and it is strength, and it is elasticity, and it frizzes, and it frays, and it breaks, and we just want to not have any of that happen, okay? So let's get into what's going on today. I am going to start with a full-on skincare approach when it comes to hair care. So we have me wet under here because some of the products that you're going to be using to maintain a healthy scalp and healthy hair growth and healthy, strong, hydrated hair through the wintertime is going to start right in here. I'm going to get all up in here, okay? it begins at the scalp. And so often, you know, we spend so many product. I'm introducing my new scar too, by the way. So she's making her debut. Hey, everybody. So skincare on the face, we do our exfoliants, we do our pills, we do all that stuff, right? But who said that this skin all of a sudden stops when it gets to our head? It's the same skin. And we need to approach it in the same way. So starting off with some of my best winter hair care tips to avoid flaking, to avoid product buildup. Maybe you're shampooing less, maybe you're dry shampooing more because you just don't want to get your hair wet. I want to introduce you to the world of scalp care. Okay. These are some of my favorites at Sally Beauty. One of my favorite brands, The Main Choice. When I talk about scalp nourishment, root feeding, fertilizing the bottom of the seed of your hair, this is where I'm going to be shopping. So this particular one is the main metabolism. It's the Enhancement Scalp Serum, and I'm going to show you how to use this. Another option, another choice from the Main Choice is the Alpha Growth Oil. So I just loaded my cart up with everything that I could find because I want you to branch out of your category. Let's say you don't have curly hair, you have fine hair, you still need scalp nourishment and oil, okay? Also, from the Flawless by Gab Union, I put in my shopping cart, whoops, there's that one, here we go. They're all the same color. I put in my cart the Hydrating Curl Refreshing Spray. Obviously, this is going to come after we've tended to our scalp. And then also by Flawless Gab Union, the Scalp Soothing Tonic. So we're going to start at the scalp and work our way out. And I always approach my hair products, my hair care routine, similarly to how I style hair. You first have to put the foundation in, then you've got to put the walls on, and then you go and put that roof on top, okay? So first things first is from Texture ID. This is a dry hair and scalp relief exfoliating shampoo and scalp scrub. Scalp scrubs live in my shower 365 days a year. I am a product junkie. I have natural highlights and hair color. Guy lights, pardon me, they are guy lights. And scalp exfoliating is so important for healthy hair growth because when you are using things like the Main Choice's metabolism, you need that dead skin cells and all of that built up product to be off so that the nourishment can actually reach the bottom of the hair follicle and get under the skin to the hair bulb, which is where the hair begins its growth phase, okay? So this particular one by Texture ID, I want you to notice is very, very, very nourishing, okay? It's super emollient. But as you play with it, you'll know that there's some little granules, some little exfoliators in there. And as it's exfoliating, there's also going to be a soft chemical exfoliation from the beautiful ingredients. So when I apply these scalp experiences, I want to get right into where I want the product. If I am having any issues along my hairline, maybe in the nape of your neck or at the crown, you get really, really dry, scratchy, and itchy there, or maybe you're using a lot of dry shampoo, I want you to take your product section by section in the shower, and I want you to concentrate and focus it where you need it, okay? So once I have all my product in, we are going to do a full-on scalp massage. You need to work the product into the scalp so that all of those delicious ingredients, oh, and it's cooling, it's already cooling, can start to do its work. So any peppermint, any eucalyptus, any aloe vera that's in the product is going to start to stimulate the scalp, giving a cooling effect. But that cooling effect is doing something on purpose. That cooling effect is actually increasing blood flow. So the blood is rushing to the surface, delivering all that delicious hydration as we're exfoliating, okay? So massage it in, work it in really well. I also want you to consider, where did it go? Where did she go? I want you to consider getting a scalp brush. I used it for my demo just 2 seconds ago. Where's she at? There she is. I want you to consider grabbing one of these things. This is by Babyliss Pro. They are at Sally Beauty as well. I used to not get into these until I really got into it, and then it just changed the way that I not only received the nourishment of the treatment. I mean, this one is loaded with aloe and cocoa butter, but there is definitely a peppermint or eucalyptus moment happening right now. I want you to get in and at least once a week, treat yourself to a really good scalp exfoliation, okay? So instead of just using a wide tooth comb to do this, I want you to get one that has multiple fingers on this. It's washable. None of that product's going to build up. And there's even a nice little hole there, which I love because if water gets in there, it's able to drain out and doesn't become gunky. But this step is important. This is your microdermabrasion for your skin, but on your scalp. This is your chemical peel for your skin, your face, but for your scalp. This is the manual exfoliation of your favorite scrub, but for the scalp. And it is the first step to getting healthy hair, scalp, and relieving dry, flaky, itchy. Now, I want you to notice here, okay? So we're still on the scalp. This Conair baby brush, this brush is designed for little tender baby heads of hair. And I love it for what I'm going to share with you, which is called, ready for it, scientific brushing. It is something that I learned in beauty school, and I never in my life thought that I would be talking about scientific brushing after beauty school. But specifically for my ladies that are wearing locks or box braids or really tight braids, maybe some weaves, maybe some hair nets that are woven and you're sewing hair on top. When you take those off, you'll know what I'm talking about. You just want a great exfoliation. Take a baby brush, and this applies for anybody that has some scalp sensitivity and some flaking. Of course, if you have, let me say this, if you have a condition that you just can't quite figure out what's going on, I will 100% refer you to maybe a dermatologist or maybe your doctor or a teledoc, just to find out if there's any underlying medical condition. So I would first preface that. And if they say, you know, it's just seasonal allergies or something like that, incorporate some of these techniques into your routine. So with this baby brush, we are going to do scientific brushing, which is where you literally take the bristles and you take section by section and brush down and brush up. But the intention here is to get the scalp exfoliated, okay? So you're gonna go through and exfoliate all of this. Part the hair, get it through. Boom, boom. You can also apply some nourishing scalp oils while you're doing this. And you can also do it on dry hair, okay? That's a step that we refer to as manual exfoliation. So if you do have buildup, if you do have flaking, I want you to do a few strokes with a soft bristle brush, which is why I love the baby brush, and gently exfoliate before going in with any exfoliating or scrubbing like product to further remove any product buildup and residue, okay? So first things first, scrub your scalp, do some scientific brushing, and make sure you pick up one of these delicious, incredible things. Ugh, feels so good. I wish you could also feel my hair right now. Like my scalp is so cooling, which I know the blood and all the nutrients that our delicious, wonderfully magic blood carries to the surface is already starting to heal and bring that nourishment right to the hair follicle, okay? So after we have scrubbed, now we need almost like that perfect serum, almost like in a K-beauty routine, we need an essence, right? Enter your soothing tonics. Enter your dry scalp remedy sprays. So the soothing tonic, This one, where's my light? This one is from Flawless by Gab Union. And this spray, I love this root nozzle applicator by Texture ID. This is our dry hair scalp remedy. I absolutely love these because it's super, super easy. If you have zero time in the morning, this is going to be your go-to, okay? A few things with the scalp sprays, and I want to point out this nozzle here for you. So from Texture ID, this is the dry hair and scalp remedy. It says it's for curly hair types 3 and 4, but I would recommend curly, smooth, sleek, and straight to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5, to 6, to 7. If you have dry, itchy scalp, you can use this product. So first we're going to prime it, okay? Now, just because it has a nozzle doesn't necessarily mean you're going to apply it all the way to the scalp. This nozzle really helps direct where you need it. So if you do need it to the scalp, stay a little bit away so you can get a really fine mist. If you do want more targeted application, then I want you to go in, and I'm trying to get an angle here. There we go. So here I'm on the scalp. So touch the scalp and just come up a little bit and give a really concentrated dose. See, that's what I want to avoid. I don't want that to happen. So stay back so you get a better dispersion of product so that this product doesn't just build up and target one zone. Aerosols pumps are designed with a spring on the inside. You can see in there, there's a little spring, and that actuator helps distribute the product purposefully and flawlessly so that the benefits are received from your hair care, okay? So that's my scalp remedy after I exfoliate. If a tonic, a soothing tonic is for you, read the instructions to see if it's a leave-in tonic, something that you can wear and layer other products on top, or if it's a treatment-based tonic that you might need to rinse out, okay? What I love about this applicator nozzle, of course, is you get right to the scalp, and it's great, both of these are actually, if you're wearing any braids, any locks, any twists that might be a little tight or need some nourishment and you just want some relief under there. These two are great because they both have direct application right to the zones you're looking for, okay? So my other jam and jelly right here, I wouldn't die, let's not be dramatic, but I could not skin live without serums, without oils on my face, especially in the wintertime. A lot of times the static, the frizz, the flyaways, the dry scalp, the itchiness, the tightness comes from popping into warm and cold, warm and cold, warm and cold. So here in New York, I just flew in from Texas last night. I got in late last night and I walked into my apartment and I was like, it's so hot. And it's so hot right now because we have radiator heat. And radiator heat will just suck the moisture out of the air, which in turn will suck the moisture out of your skin and off your scalp, okay? So when we use an oil, oils are fantastic ways to deliver concentrated nutrients to where we need them. And it's also a great way, to seal in moisture. So I want you to think of it as like putting a beautiful cover on top, just wrapping it nicely and encasing it. What I love about the Main Choice Metabolism is I get a dropper that allows me to just directly apply where I need. And as I'm applying it, I am also squeezing just a little bit. Notice I didn't put the whole dropper. I am using the full dropper, right, like so, okay? And look how lightweight this is. I love this oil. And I am slightly pushing, slightly pushing, slightly pushing. I still have oil in my droplet, okay? And I am going to go through, drop this in, and massage it all the way in. This is an oil that you can do once a week. This is an oil that you will want to leave on your scalp. This is an oil that you can use every day if you want to. It's an oil that rinses beautifully well. It's a perfect twist lock strand oil and a perfect pre-oil for your blowouts on the days that you're wearing sleeker styles. If you're looking for volume, oils are always going to fight against it, and that's that. My other favorite is the Alpha. If you are having some challenges specifically around the hairline and need some extra growth, also little hack here with the growth oil, put some on a wispy and put your wispy into your brows if you have sparse brows. This oil right here is a game changer. This is the most intense fertilizer for your scalp and your hair follicles. So I want every single one of you human beings watching right now. You may have seen this in a category for curly wavy textures. You can also use this. If you have super fine hair, you're going to use just a little bit. Even if you were to take just a little drop right there and take that little droplet and just massage it in, you are already feeding your hair and scalp a lot more nourishment and hydration that is going to keep that itchy tightness away, okay? Oh, really? You just have to get these, not just for like a sensory experience, but like I have a little fan blowing on my hair and I'm like a dog getting its belly rubbed right now. So that is scalp care. So once our scalp has been exfoliated, our scalp is nourished, we've done our tonics, then it's all about switching our shampoo and conditioner experience up into moisture. Now, I always talk about moisture. I will talk about moisture in the summertime. I will talk about moisture in the springtime, the fall time, and the wintertime, especially in the wintertime. Static hair happens when negative and positive charges just collide, right? So that is why our blow dryers, thank you. That is why our blow dryers use ionic technology, because it emits a negative charge that cancels the positive charge of electricity and static, okay? So you may have heard of a ceramic flat iron, a ceramic dryer. And the reason, not only does it help dry the hair quicker and faster, but it uses that negative ion to cancel the positivity so that it's sleeker and it's smoother and it doesn't want to raise back up, right? It almost takes the wind out of the bag, right? So it just collapses. When it comes to going from hot to cold, maybe you're on a hot subway, cold air, maybe you're out of your hot, warm home that doesn't have a humidifier, and then you're to your car and the car's hot, and then you're back in the parking lot walking to the office and it's freezing cold, and then you're at the hot office, and then you're at the freezing office, but you have a personal heater there. It's a lot, right? It will cause static charges, and if you pre-build some of the moisture into your hair, it's going to help negate that. So I really want you to look at switching out your hair care routine for moisture. We're also coming off summertime, all those delicious high highlights and the delicious high balayages and those fabulous fashion fun colors. We've bleached, we've done a lot. We've been in the sun, we've been in the surf, we've been in the sand, we've done it, okay? Start to bring the moisture back to help skinny some of that down and keep your hair really elastic and very, very hydrated. And lastly, do not forget to skinny on your treatments. This one is by Flawless Gab Union. It's the 5 Butter Mask. It is perfect for every hair type and texture. And when you use a mask, I want you to go for it, okay? I really want you to apply the mask liberally. And I want to share a few things with you right now. If you want the most enrichment from the formulation, I want you to first put it on dry hair. You might think I am so crazy. First, take your product and apply it mid-lengths and ends all the way through, okay? Mid-lengths and ends, boom, okay? Dry hair. Let that sit for like 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to find all of those nooks and crannies, the damaged zones, the heat damage zones, the bleach damage zones. It's going to find them and it's going to nestle in there and do its thing. Then I want you to get in the shower and do a full on rinse. Rinse it well. Rinse it super, super well. Then go through with a microfiber towel blot your hair, and apply your treatment again. And then we are going to get out of the shower, and or maybe you did this over the sink. Let's be honest, I do it over the kitchen sink because I have a little hose, and I feel like if I'm doing a treatment, I don't need to get my full body done. I just need to get it out. We're going to put a bag over it, but I want you to upgrade the way you put your bag on. This is what I do in the salon. I've always hated those bands right here from the elastic. So what I like to do is just take a little piece of paper towel, okay? Stick it on your head just like that. And then use your elastic like so. And then you have lunch lady hair, and your moisture mask will cook and you'll be ready to go, okay? So let this set. If you want, you can use a dryer with a diffuser and a low gentle heat. And that'll take your moisture mask up to the next level. You can also use some steam towels. You can heat up some towels in the microwave, shake them out, let them cool off a little bit, and do a nice little wrap. And that beautiful steam will encompass your hair and push the 5 benefits of this product even further into your hair strand. If you are challenged with hair that gets greasy quickly, lightly shampoo it out. Lightly shampoo it out. Even better, do a co-wash. Okay, so get your hair wet, take some conditioner and shampoo just like you're using frothing shampoo, but just let the conditioner bind. Oil loves oil. Oil hates water. So let the co-wash do the work for you. Rinse it out beautifully, towel blot, and go about your business. Okay? Now, before we move on to the main star of the show, I want to share with you a tip and trick. If you are a Southern woman, my family, they are Southerners, and my grandma, she's from Texas, and she always slept on a satin pillowcase. Satin, if you have not wrapped your hair in satin or a silk scarf or a silk head wrap or a silk beanie, or use a satin pillowcase, you are doing your edges, you are doing your highlight hair, you're doing your curls, you're doing your skin an injustice. Satin and silk just lets it all glide and smooth around so that there's no friction. So if you have your favorite 10 million thread count Egyptian cotton pillowcases, keep them. But I want you to consider getting a silk scarf. Now, I found this one at Sally Beauty in a neutral leopard print. Leopard print is a neutral as far as I'm concerned. And a silk scarf is an insanely practical, fashionable, cute way to save your blowout styles, your curls, your edges, your hair from breaking, and also protects your skin, okay? So when you are using a silk scarf, there are so many ways to wrap this. And if you're doing heatless curls, this is a great way to pin them up and apply your scarf on top to hold everything in. But just a basic way to wrap your scarf would be to fold it into thirds, okay? So just like so, have it in thirds, super, super long, okay? And then you can place it on your hair like so. I want you to take it in the back. I want you to do a tie, just like so, okay? You also don't have to tie it. If you're a back sleeper, maybe just do a wrap. And then we're gonna come to the front and simply just tie it off right here, okay? So once you get it tied, she's gonna go here. You can tuck all those things up if you need to. And let's see, go up, okay, there. Let me tie this. Let me tie this in real time. Okay, so let's get it tied. My edges are gonna be protected. My style is gonna be protected. My skincare is on, but look at this. It slides and glides on your cotton pillowcase. And if you are one of those that can never reach your hair growth goals, I am telling you, a silk scarf, a silk pillowcase is going to save and change your hair life. Okay? I promise. Also, another benefit, because I love benefits. I love things with benefits. I love things that, have extra to them. Those heatless curls that everybody's doing. Because this is so long, you can put it right here, clip it off, do your wraps around your scarf, tie it off in the back, and go to sleep. You wake up with heatless curls, and then you refresh it with your Gab Union Hydrating Curl Refresher, okay? Actually, I'm going to use some of this right now because my hair feels like I have 4 pounds of oil on it, because I do, for demo purposes. But there, okay? So now we're back to hydration. Also, it's just a delicious, great little scarf, too, that you can style, and maybe you have some holiday parties to go to. There's so many options that you can do with this. Not sure, just wear it as a scarf. Oh, need to put my hair up, done. So I think this was maybe under $10, right? So it's a great investment, and it's a neutral, okay? Okay, now I'm going to share a DIY hack in a few moments, but I want to mention our new, delicious, most innovative hair tool that I have seen jump on the shelves of Sally Beauty in a very, very, very long time. I was fortunate enough to see it. I never got to play with it or touch it until a couple weeks ago. I went and filmed some videos at Sally Beauty headquarters in Texas. And when I tell you that I have spent hundreds, even with my pro discount, I have spent hundreds of dollars on a particular supersonic blow dryer. When I tell you that I was gagged, gooped, spit up and choked at not only the performance, but the technology and innovation in the, drum roll please, the new Ion Luxe supercharged hair dryer, y'all. Ion Luxe supercharged hair dryer is a game changer for me. I ain't got time to keep putting my paycheck into a blow dryer. I ain't got time. I ain't got the money, okay? This dryer right here, not only does it come with this insanely genius magnetic travel pouch, which is like a vegan leather that holds the entire contents of what you're getting, but it comes with, I don't want to show it yet. It comes with your speed dry concentrator nozzle. Okay, Greg, all blow dryers do. You know what? Most of them do. And ladies, gentlemen, humans in between, guess what? You have to use these things. They concentrate the ions down the hair fiber. Also, what usually doesn't come with a blow dryer is a diffuser. This is typically, for all you curly girls out there, you know what I'm talking about. Typically, this is an after purchase. Like, you have to pay for this separately on top of your paycheck gone blow dryer. Not any longer. Sally Beauty Ion has you covered, because we know that not all hair types are created equal, and we wear our hair in so many versatile ways now. Some days we want sleek and smooth and shiny. Some days we want voluminous blowouts. Some days we want to rock our curls. We want to enhance our curls. We're doing a twist out set. We need a good, gentle, high heat, low speed. We got you here. But also, I want to have a moment. This is so backwards. I want to have a moment and talk about the way that the fingers on the diffuser cup are designed. Now, traditionally, and if you have a diffuser, you can go look at it. Traditionally, they have been, the holes, the air ventilations have been cut straight across. So what happens when you're using your diffuser is the air just goes directly towards the scalp and against the grain. Well, hold on, look at her. Look at her for a minute. Like satin matte black with a rose gold finish, a magnetic, yes, magnetic, easy to clean filter system, a microchip on the inside that remembers the last memory setting that you use. So if you are a high speed, high cool, and that's your blow dry, it will remember that when you shut it off. So the next time you pick it up, it's good to go. But look at this, so easy, keeping your dryer clean and maintain is literally all you have to do. Magnetic, boom, done. Okay. But let's say one day you're my curly girl and you want some curls. Maybe you're rocking an incredible set of twist outs and you just need to refresh and get some dry going on. That magnetic attachment makes switching in between attachments a breeze. Look at this. Rotates 360 degrees. Magnetic. Boom. Done. Go. And I am going to turn this on, which means I'm going to have to unplug something, which means my apartment could pop electricity. So give me 2 seconds. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. I want you to hear this supersonic motor. It rivals the other one that I have in my kit. I have it in my kit. I have paid a lot of money for it, even at my discount. I am thrilled that I now have an option, way better value, and the performance. So first, let's hear that supersonic go. Ready? Do you hear that? And that's full blast. So here we go. There's low, there's medium, and there's the high speed. Now the heat adjustment. When I want to adjust the heat, I'm just going to use the heat feature. There's high speed, high heat, high speed, cool, low, low speed, low cool, low, boom, boom. So with just the push of a button, you get that supersonic technology that dries your hair literally in seconds. A few of the standouts for me about this dryer: 20 million negative electricity canceling, hair nourishing, quick drying ions are coming through that microchip motor and through the supersonic chamber. Okay, that supersonic chamber is going to dry your hair in seconds. When I tell you, when I was on set between takes when we were using this, we had to keep wetting the model down because in about 2 to 3 passes, the hair was dry, and it was so quick that we had to redo it so that we would be able to feature it for you. So if you are a girl that wears her hair, or a boy like me, or a unicorn in between that wears their hair both curly and wavy and also smooth and straight, or you just want a sleek, fast blow dry because you always go in with a flat iron or curling iron afterwards, this is going to be the dryer for you, and it is on the shelves now at Sally Beauty. So put this on your Christmas list, your wish list. If you still believe in Santa Claus, I do, because my mom says if you don't believe, you don't get. So I still believe in Santa Claus. If you are in the market for a new dryer, if you are a professional stylist, if you have a favorite hairdresser that you go to, this is going to be an insanely generous and delicious gift, not only to you, but to your favorite hair artist. Y'all get into the power of supersonic technology from Sally Beauty. Game changer. Boom. Okay. Oh, cool. So I'm super excited about that. It literally has changed the game. When you talk about lightweight, it is so lightweight. It doesn't have that box motor hanging off of it. It's a 9-foot professional cord. It is pro all the way through, and it is going to change the way you do your hair. And more specifically for winter, it's going to keep your hair hydrated. It isn't going to burn out your hair as you dry it and dehydrate it. It's infusing it with over 20 million negative ions. That is a number I have never seen or heard of in a blow dryer before, and I have used me a blow dryer, okay? So go check those out at your local Sally Beauty. And now for my final act before we get into questions, I am going to share with you one of my favorite hair hacks for wintertime. So you are going to take your favorite beanie. Okay, I just have a little beanie here. And I found a satin sock, a satin beanie, also at Sally Beauty. These two are going to become one. What's that Spice Girls song? When two become one, something like that. Anyway, so what I want to share with you is If you want to avoid static, frizz, flyaways, hair breaking on your cashmere, wool, merino wool, cotton beanies, acrylic beanies, you need to line your beanie with a satin stocking cap. See? So here I have, boom, I have my satin on, and I'm just going to cover it up, find my perfect little flow. Here we go. And I also topped it off with a couple pieces of embroidery thread. Now, how did I do this, you might ask? Oh, so glad you asked. I attached the inside of my beanie to the outside of the satin sock cap. So what I did was I took my beanie inside out, okay? Then I took an extension threading needle, just like so, okay? I also have a time lapse of this that I'll be posting, so you are more than welcome to come to my Instagram, Gregory Patterson Hair, for the full DIY tutorial on this, okay? So, and I learned a few things, so I'll be posting that so you don't make a few of the mistakes I did. So I thread this up. I took some embroidery floss that I got from my local, craft and hobby store in a neon color, of course, because if it ain't neon, it shouldn't be on. Oh, and I went ahead and attached the two together so that when I fold it down, you can see this is now the inside. And I only did a top stitch there. If you need or want to do a stitch along here, I would encourage you to do that as well. But I found that I didn't need it. Okay, so also another trick is wig tape. I used wig tape to help me get it even and kind of hold it into position while I stitch. Once I was finished, you turn it inside out, and you might say, Gregory, how'd you make those little tassels? I just took the embroidery thread and a crochet hook. I also got this at Sally Beauty. And right here at the knots, I just took my crochet hook underneath, like so. Just like you are doing a crocheting, I lifted that up, put my embroidery floss through, and I just pulled it through, and then I just trimmed and cut all them, okay? But if you want to protect your hair from breakage, protect your edges, protect your chemical treatment, then you must have a satin-lined beanie. And I tell you right now, they are so easy to DIY. And other than the beanie and the embroidery thread, actually you can get everything you need except for the beanie at Sally Beauty. So repurpose a beanie. Maybe you have an old silk or satin scarf that you haven't done anything with. It can become the lining of your new little protect your hair beanie. Oh, cool. So that's it. That is all we have for you today. So I want to open this up to you all for questions. I also want to let you know, this is so complicated and confusing in the opposite camera. I also want to let you know that I don't know if it's all hair care, but we have an insane hair care deal going on right now. That's, I believe, 4 for $20. So if you're looking to change your hair care routine to safeguard it, to prep it for winter, dry, itchy scalp, tight scalp, flaking, product buildup, or you just haven't given your scalp the care and love and TLC that it needs, now would be a perfect time to go to Sally Beauty. Of course, my favorite way to shop is always on the app. It is so easy, and just drop it in my door, Hanny. Okay, so sallybeauty.com. You can always buy online. You can pick up in store. The app is my favorite way to shop. And of course, our insane associates that are loaded with knowledge. Some of them are also cosmetologists too, by the way. If you didn't know, now you know. But head on into store to find all your favorite hair care and that new delicious Ion Lux Supercharged hair dryer. Oh, she's a beauty. Oh, she's good. Okay, so Miss Taylor, Rayanne. So here we go. Questions. Miss Taylor, is it Rianne Baytall? I assume, first of all, thank you for joining. Her question is, how often should you wash your silk scarf if you're using it every night? What a fabulous question. What if you were able to go and maybe get a couple of them, right? I would get a couple of them. Even your silk pillowcases, I would find a really cheap one, and I would get a couple of them so you can turn them out nightly. But If it's true silk or true satin, you could flip it both ways. If you have a super large one like this, maybe you do it this way one night. Then you shift it and add another part to it one night. Then you scoot it down and wrap it and tie it in a different location. So maybe you can get 3 to 4 nights worth of wear out of one scarf, because I do know that having all that scarf and the product there, it could cause you to break out and all that stuff, and we don't want that. Okay. So I would either hand wash it nightly, but ain't nobody got time for that. So maybe go 2 nights, slip it around, or maybe pick up a couple. Okay. Miss Lindsay Knight, should you use an exfoliating shampoo every time you wash or alternate your hair? What a beautiful question. No. So similarly to skincare, you don't need to, because once you remove those skin cells and you start feeding your scalp all the delicious nutrients and nourishment and beautiful oils, your skin needs time to heal. So that's like when you over exfoliate your skin, you're taking a surface layer off and you're telling the skin, hey, I'm injured. I need you to come up and rebuild, which helps build collagen back, right? And it helps build that structure back to the skin. But if you overdo it, your skin, your scalp, and I say skin because the skin on your face is the exact same as the skin on your scalp. So I talk about them similarly. If you over exfoliate and don't give your skin time to heal, you'll never be in a state of normalizing, right? So it's almost like if you have super oily, greasy hair and you're using a clarifying shampoo all the time, you're overstimulating your scalp. You're stripping it all the time, and you're telling your sebaceous glands, hey, I'm really dehydrated and dry. I need your help. Your sebaceous glands come out and say, okay, we're going to work, but you put them into a hyperhidrosis phase. Wow, that word popped in my head, and I saw my beauty school textbook page right there. So if it's I think it's hyperhidrosis, hyperhibaceous, hydro water, hibaceous oil. You're kicking it into a hyperhibaceous phase, which means it's going to overproduce because it's being stripped all the time. So when you exfoliate, similar to your skincare, 1-2 times a week at most. If you're using a lot of heavy product buildup, maybe do a scalp exfoliation 1 time a week and use a clarifying or product buildup or even a beautiful apple cider vinegar rinse once a week. So then you have 2 different forms of exfoliation. One's more mechanical, like with that scalp brush, and the other could be physical, okay? Just give your skin a little bit of healing time in between. Great questions. Yeehaw. Miss Kelly, how often should you clean the filter in the ion hair dryer? Girl, I don't know how often you blow dry. So if you are blow drying every day and there is product buildup that you see first, you're going to see it around the little air holes here. So get a baby toothbrush and just keep that clean so the airflow coming through will always be delicious and you will get that supersonic performance, okay? Secondly, once you remove that air filter, the first line of defense, you're going to see this one here. And just like your air purifying machines or your vacuum cleaners, this filter also needs to be attended to. So I just rinse this under cool water, get all the dirt and debris out, let it completely air dry, just slide it on top, and boom. So I can't answer that question blanket statemently because maybe you don't blow dry, but once a week, you'll obviously be cleaning less. So once you see product being built up on it, go ahead and do that then. Also, I like to wipe my down after there's product on it. I just don't want product to build up there as well. So if you're getting product buildup anywhere, dirt, debris, or hair, make sure you keep that filter clean because this performance, this supersonic performance is otherworldly. And I guarantee you'll be blow drying your hair at a lower heat and a higher speed, which is going to cut your blow dry in like 3/4. It's almost too fast. It's fantastic. You're going to learn. Great questions. Okay, so I see that that is all of our time. I hope that you learned a little bit of something. It was a little bit different, not so much like tutorial based, but very hair care focused because hair care and scalp care is essential going into the winter months. especially for so many reasons, starting at the skin, dry, flaking, itchy, tight, product buildup, then making sure that we're feeding our follicles, feeding that skin, keeping it healthy, keeping it nourished, and then working our way out to the fiber itself, doing our hair mask, using our curl refresher so we don't have to start over from wet every time, and using our new Ion Lux supercharged dryer with the diffuser attachment to bring this back to life. And introducing moisture, y'all. Moisture is going to be your best friend from your shampoos, your conditioners, even your masks. Think moisture, not repair this season to keep the negative ions and positive ions in harmony so there's no static frizz flyaways. And don't forget, your little DIY beanie is available right over to you on my Instagram, Gregory Patterson Hair. Okay? Thank you all for joining. We will see you. I have another DIY coming next month. I don't have the exact date yet. And then I'm going to do another one in December. So we're going to have two. I'm going to give you some glam and all that good stuff. Get you ready for them holidays, okay? I love you all. Thank you for joining. And we'll see you on the next DIY University by Sally Beauty. Ciao, Ella.